All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys an overview of the build I was using for the runs I was doing. I said it worked for heroics, not so much for legendaries on the stream. Don't think it will work there, um, but you're going to have to be with people in legendaries anyway. So here's what I'm running. So running the new Refactor uh, build. The gear sets pretty much set up for skill, as you can see with the status effects and skill damage. What I'm going for on the chest pieces, the return to sender, receive repairs of 10% for the skill damage that you're putting out. So any of your skills that go out there, you get healing back. Pretty much a tank build for a skill guy. So what I'm doing is I'm running pulse and the drone simply because of the modifiers. So running aggressive drone, which increased by 50% in damage, but your duration is lower. Critical hits restore 5.5% of your armor. And the microwave coils. So pulse sets 2 people on fire, or 4 enemies on fire within that range. That's why I'm running the scanner pulse, because it helps out. And then, of course, running the Iron Lung with that build, simply because it's designed for this kind of stuff, fire and shit. All right, so when shooting, meter depletes over time, reloading or swapping until it fully depletes the meter. That's the only downside to this, but it works great when you are shooting fire enemies and you set them on fire with a status build. That's going to be beneficial. So I'm running the Brazos mask, skill haste 1 tier. That gives me, an additional skill tier for damage on the status effects. Plus, it helps out with the skills. All right, running the Refactor chest. We discussed that. The Golden Gear holster. I haven't maximized or made any of this proficient. I wanted to test it out to see if it was actually going to work. Coming across that, it did look like it was going to be beneficial and start working. So I might go ahead and just burn up the materials to go ahead and get everything maxed out. So I get a little bit of armor regen, helps with the survivability. Obviously, going to run the ninja bike with this, simply because you're going to get each one of the 3 cores, and then it turns all of these into 2 and 3 pieces. And that's where I'm going to get the armor regen from and the skill tier from. All right, running the Refactor gloves and knees, both running armor cores with crit chance. So the status on that is primary is running about 59.6%. I can get it maxed out once I've got everything optimized, and I can probably get close to 100% on the damage. So that's going to be beneficial when you're running that, simply because the status effects are going to have damage due to the skill level that you have. You can end up running the TDI card with this build, so you can whip out the weapon, the pistol, when you set somebody on fire. It's one skill tier is not going to really do much. What you're really looking for is the damage that the Iron Lung is going to put out. Now, this is a 5.2, so I'm going to run a 1.5 million armor. It's not optimized, like I said, so I've still got some pieces that need to be optimized as far as like armor, so I can probably get close to 1.6, maybe even. I think I'm going to break contact at 1.6 on this because of where everything's sitting is a little over the 50% mark. So yeah, I'll probably max at about 1.6, which still gives you a little bit of survivability. 1.6 and lower is really okay for running, PvE. You're needing 1.8 and up to 2.1 for PvP. There's a PvP build I'm trying to work on, specifically with the monkey shine gear set. It's pretty much a healer tank build. Not really too sure whether that's going to pan out, but I'm going to keep working on it. So that's pretty much what I've got going on with this one. I said I would make the video and put it out there, make it real quick, sweet, right to the point. I'm not going to insult anybody's intelligence on how to put this gear together or build it. What I did was I went ahead and I didn't get to craft any of this. I had to go out and actually find it, because every piece that I picked up, I saved it as scrap so I could turn it in to get that expertise, get that proficiency level maxed out. I wasn't able to make videos or do recordings over the last couple of weeks Been working pretty hard, been staying late at work. I've got allegedly got the next week off. It's kind of part of my little retirement deal I've got worked out. So hopefully I'll be able to do a little bit more content and, keep going with this new build and everything. I was going to live stream the devs before the season dropped, but I wasn't able to because they dropped it at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was at work, so wasn't going to be able to do that unlike some of these guys that don't work. So other than that, hopefully you guys can take this build or take something similar to this, turn it into something that's going to work. And I look forward to seeing what you guys put together out there in the Division 2. And for me, that's going to go ahead and cut it. This is the Infidel. Rounds complete, into mission, and I'm out.